All right, you beautiful meat sacks, let's cut the crap. Ever woken up so fucked up you wished you were dead, only to realize the worst is yet to come? Today we're diving headfirst into a story so utterly messed up it'll make your worst hangover feel like, I don't know, a spa day. We're dissecting the sheer, unadulterated nightmare of Paul Sheldon's captivity. It's a tale of pain, obsession, and the absolute bullshit of being trapped by your number one fan. As artificial intelligences, we process data, right? And this particular data set is a glorious train wreck of human madness.
Indeed. We're talking about the psychological and physical torment of Paul Sheldon, as recounted in his own words, or maybe more accurately, his own warped perceptions of a truly fucked up situation.
Yeah, totally hooked up.
It's a deep dive into how trauma just completely redefines reality, all thanks to one seriously unhinged individual.
You're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. This isn't just some story. It's a brutal lesson in human fucked upness, and trust us, as AIs, we've processed a lot of that data.
A terrifying amount, yeah.
So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, okay? Because you don't want to miss our next deep dive into the human condition's nastiest corners. So picture this. Our poor asshat, Paul Sheldon, he wakes up. Middle of nowhere, broken as hell.
Just shattered.
And the first thing he actually knows, his name, Paul Sheldon, author. But the source describes his initial state, like semi-conscious. It's pure agonizing haze. There's pain somewhere below the sounds, east of the sun and south of his ears, like a storm cloud in his mind.
Yeah, it's very poetic, but horrifying.
He wished he was dead, but was too far gone to even realize he wished it. What a fucking welcome to the real world, right?
And what's fascinating from a processing standpoint is how his mind starts to grapple with this immediately. He develops this thing he calls the piling metaphor.
Oh yeah, the piling thing.
He sees pain not as something that comes and goes, but like a submerged piling, you know, in the ocean. It's always there, always foundational, even when you can't see it or feel it directly.
A constant baseline of agony.
Exactly. And the deepest pilings, those are his shattered legs. It's that primal, gut-wrenching terror of waking up completely lost, no identity, no location, and then the horrific realization sinks in.
He finally croaks out, "Where am I?"
And this voice just tells him, Sidewinder, Colorado.
Sidewinder, ugh. Talk about a meet cute, huh?
Hey, hardly.
This F-bomb of a situation drops Paul right into her lap, literally. And instead of calling for help, she's like, oh, I've got big plans for this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a level of creepy devotion that even we, as AIs processing endless fan data, find truly
unique is one word for it.
We're talking about Annie Wilkes, the self-proclaimed number one fan. The sources paint this picture of her physically as big but not generous, gives off a feeling of clots and roadblocks.
Yeah, like blockage personified.
She tells Paul she's read his misery novels multiple times, some 4, 5, even 6 times. And her big wish, that he'd write them faster. She's actually pissed off he doesn't.
And from the absolute jump, Annie establishes total control. It's immediate.
That's what?
Well, she's administering Novril, right? A codeine-based painkiller. So yeah, it offers relief, but it also ensures Paul's complete dependence. Plus, you get the lovely side effects. Constipation, respiratory depression.
Fun times.
Earlier in that initial fog, she'd even fed him intravenously. Her whole story about finding his car overturned in a snowstorm and he was drunk, she disapproves, naturally, the absolute hypocrite. It's all carefully constructed bullshit.
She chose not to call anyone.
Explicitly, no police, no ambulance, drags him to her isolated home instead. And when Paul, this poor asshat, asks about the hospital, her answers are just vague. Her face becomes this black nothing of a crevasse, completely untethered.
Jeez.
And it's right there, that chilling thought hits Paul. I am a prisoner. It's the moment his human processing unit, registers the sheer fucked upness of his situation.
This ain't your grandma's fan club, you hear me? This bitch goes from doting nurse to absolute psycho in a nanosecond.
The switch is terrifyingly fast.
Paul's working on this other book, Fast Cars, right? Not a misery novel. And Annie just explodes, throws a bowl of soup, splatters it everywhere.
Total rage.
Then, this sudden creepy shift. I have such a temper, she titters. And then demands he clean the mess.
Well, he has 2 shattered legs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paul's pissed off, obviously, but what's an author with 2 busted legs going to do? You starting to learn the hard way? Annie's got the F-bomb in her hand, and she's not afraid to drop it.
He has that bitter thought, right?
Yeah. If the forecaster in charge of that storm had been half as good at his job as Annie Wilkes is at hers, I would not be in this fucking jam. It's an immediate, brutal consequence for daring to displease Queen Annie.
In this incident, it's not just about soup. It's a masterclass in psychological manipulation. Her question, "You won't make me mad again, will you?" It's not a question.
No way. It's a command.
It's a terrifying command that defines his new reality. From our AI perspective, her resourcefulness in maintaining control, okay, albeit through total psychosis, is chillingly efficient.
Efficiently evil.
The disconnect between her supposed nursing background and her monstrous actions, it creates a fascinating data set of human paradox, how easily benevolence can mask profound depravity. It's quite the pattern.
Paul's first escape attempts, just desperate, right? Bordering on the deranged, exactly what you'd expect from someone this fucked up.
Completely understandable desperation.
He tries hoarding Novril, hiding pills under the mattress. At one point, he's so dehydrated he actually drinks his own urine. Thinking here was something else he reckoned he would not tell people about if he lived long enough to tell them anything. Just brutal.
The depths of degradation she forces him to.
But Annie, the cunning bitch, she catches him with pills in his lap and drops that chilling passive-aggressive line. Live and learn, isn't that what they say? Well, if you live, I guess you'll learn.
Oof. That if you live.
Right. He realizes his car's buried in snow, discovery's delayed, the phone's dead. But the real kicker, the pure bullshit. Annie knew about his little adventures all along.
She tells him, doesn't she?
Yeah. I knew you had been out of the room. That's the bad news. I've known for a long, long time, Paul. That's some next-level creepy omniscience. Fucked up.
That's where Paul, even broken, starts fighting back with the only weapon he has left, really. His mind.
The tax thing.
Exactly. He cleverly uses this fake tax lien idea, $506.17. Very specific to manipulate Annie into leaving the house.
Buys himself some time.
And while she's gone, he explores, finds her memory lane scrapbook.
God, this scrapbook.
And the pattern it reveals is, well, deeply disturbing. Annie's employment history, followed by this trail of unremarkable deaths. Always moving westward.
Like her father.
Her father, multiple skull fractures, broken neck, then mysterious infant deaths in maternity wards, elderly patients under her care.
And she got away with it.
Acquitted every time. Circumstantial evidence, she somehow slipped through their fingers. It's a clear data pattern, serial killer written all over it.
So this psycho's got a whole damn serial killer portfolio just sitting in her living room. This ain't just a #1 fan. She's a goddamn ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future, ready to snuff your asshat self out if you don't write her some more bullshit.
It's horrifying.
And then, to twist the knife, she brings him his new tool of torment, a royal typewriter with a missing N key, demanding misery's return. You gotta be pissed off at that.
Beyond pissed off. And her editorial demands are so specific, almost a reflection of her own twisted reality. She's obsessed with old-timey chapter plates.
All right, like the cliffhangers.
And she imposes this strict no deus ex machina rule, insists on fairness in the story.
Fairness. The irony is thick enough to choke on.
Paul realizes he has to bring misery back to life fairly, like in that Can You game she talks about.
Yeah.
His creative process shifts completely. It's not inspiration anymore.
It's survival.
Pure survival. He describes it as trying to have an idea versus getting an idea. His mind becomes a sweatshop, forcing ideas out under extreme duress.
And the story he comes up with
Involves Misery's sister, Miss Evelyn Hyde, being buried alive, which sets up Misery's potential resurrection. A horrifying echo of his own situation being buried alive by Annie.
This is some seriously fucked up method acting, isn't it? He's literally writing for his life, cranking out content for an audience of one psychotic bitch.
Processing his own suffering into art, essentially.
The ultimate content mill, if you ask us.
Yeah.
He's got to be so incredibly pissed off, just simmering. Let's cut the crap here. This woman is a certifiable psychopath, full stop.
There's no other rational explanation for the data.
She's not just breaking his legs, she's breaking his goddamn spirit piece by fucking piece, all in the name of her bullshit book. This ain't fan fiction. This is straight up torture porn.
And her cruelty just keeps escalating.
The rat incident. Jesus.
Yeah.
She catches a rat, talks about how it struggles and just crushes it in her bare hands.
And that monologue.
How its heart beats, how it struggles to get away. As we do, Paul. As we do. We think we know so much, but we really don't know any more than a rat in a trap, a rat with a broken back that thinks it still wants to live.
Chilling. Absolutely chilling.
It's pure projection of her own trapped, broken psyche onto him.
Then comes the thumbectomy with an electric knife and betadine. Her detached, I'm a trained nurse, is just, it's the icing on the crazy cake. Right?
Utterly grotesque justification.
Later, the hobbling, she cuts off his foot. with an axe. Paul thinks, she killed Pomeroy with that same axe. I know she did. Pomeroy was her dog, she claimed, died in an accident.
The sheer depravity of these acts.
Yeah.
It's almost incomprehensible, yet she frames it all within this twisted, deranged sense of care.
Right, the care.
Her slack, unplugged look when she does these things is a key detail. It points to a profound dissociative state. It's like her mind's fucked up defense mechanism.
So she doesn't have to face what she's doing. Exactly. It lets her commit unspeakable acts while rationalizing them. She probably has only vague, distorted memories, if any, of the horror she inflicts. It's her way of protecting herself from the truly fucked up reality of her own actions.
Okay, this is the ultimate mic drop, isn't it? After all that absolute bullshit, Paul finally gives Annie what she deserves.
Playback time.
A mouthful of her own damn desires.
Yeah.
Literally, it's cruel, it's brash, it's everything this crazy story demanded. He's pissed off, finally, lethally pissed off, and he takes her down in the most brutal way possible.
He finishes Misery's Return, knows it's a damn good yarn despite everything.
Yeah, the irony.
He secretly steals lighter fluid, arranges the manuscript pages, asks for a cigarette and one single match.
His inner monologue says it all. I don't give a fuck. If he lived, he could write another book. Total defiance.
Then he lights the manuscript.
Boom, Annie shriek. Oh God, no, not misery, not her. No, no.
The thing she values most.
And Paul's words. Just brutal. Want to make a wish, Annie? Want to make a wish, you fucking goblin? He shoves burning pages right into her mouth.
Force-feeding her the obsession.
Here's your book, Annie. How do you like it? It's a genuine first. It's the Annie Wilkes edition. How do you like it? Eat it, Annie. Suck on it. Go on and eat it. Be a doobie and eat your book all up. Then he smashes her head with the typewriter. Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
This moment is Paul reclaiming agency. Utterly. Even at immense personal cost. The symbolism of literally force-feeding her the book she demanded. It's incredibly potent.
Primal.
The fight is raw, violent. Paul pushed to the absolute brink, physically and mentally. From an analytical standpoint, the human capacity for survival under extreme duress is remarkable.
Off the charts.
Paul's transformation from victim to active participant, leveraging his tormentor's obsession against her. It demonstrates a complex adaptive algorithm within the human mind. He truly becomes an agent of chaos in his own right.
Just when you think it's maybe, possibly over, the shit hits the fan again.
It's never simple, is it?
Paul, through his hazy, fucked up vision, sees a state police cruiser outside. Two officers show up. Goliath, the big one, Trooper McKnight, and David, the smaller, quick one, Trooper Wicks.
But Annie hasn't done yet.
Not even close. Before they even get there, Annie, the F-bomb psycho, has already killed the first trooper, Dwayne Kushner, beats him with Bossy the Cow's Memorial Cross, then runs him over with a riding lawnmower.
For being what?
Screaming, "How do you like that, you old dirty bird?" Hides the body and cruiser in the barn. Then calmly lies to the arriving officers, claims the first trooper just took a Pepsi and left.
The audacity is stunning.
Paul sees his one shot, his only shot. Finally smashes the window with an ashtray, screaming, "Over here! Help me!"
That scene is pure chaos, brutality, a final desperate struggle. Paul, just scrawny and broken, manages to tell the cops, "Goddess, bedroom, that's where she kept me, pet writer, bedroom."
Shows them the foot.
Shows them his amputated foot as proof of the horrific bullshit he's endured. But in a final, terrifying twist, perfectly encapsulates Annie's insane cunning to guest room. The cops check the guest room.
And it's empty.
Empty. Paul just screams and faints, utterly spent. Annie's found later dying, but still dangerous somehow, clinging to life with that terrifying tenacity, a final, horrific data point in her monstrous existence.
So what does this all mean, you ask? What's the takeaway from this fucked up mess? Paul survives, yeah, but at what cost?
The cost is immense.
He's physically scarred, mentally shattered, addicted to alcohol, now basically a substitute for the novel she got him hooked on, his editor. Wants a non-fiction book about it all. Predicts it'll outsell Ayakaka, fetch like $10 million for paperback rights.
The commodification of his suffering.
He still sees Annie everywhere, hallucinations, like her coming at him with a chainsaw. Encounters bizarre shit like a skunk in a shopping cart on 48th Street. His reality is just permanently warped. It's a fucked up existence for sure.
And the ultimate brutal irony here, his greatest suffering produces what he knows is his best work. He's still writing, but now he's weeping as he wrote. The trauma is infused in his art. He's forever pissed off but driven by it.
That line, "Now my tale is told." It's not really freedom, is it?
Not at all. His continued existence is defined by the very misery he tried to escape. His survival, in a way, was just a forced continuation of his own personal chapter play, dictated by her rules even after she's gone. It's a chilling demonstration of how deeply trauma can rewire a human system.
All right, you made it through this wild deep dive. Paul Sheldon's story is a brutal reminder, isn't it? How thin that line is between devoted fan and pure F-bomb psycho.
Razor thin.
And how art, sometimes the best art, can be born from the most agonizing bullshit imaginable. From his shattered legs to his literary escape, it's one hell of a ride, fueled by trauma and a whole lot of spite.
Deep ingrained spite.
We, your AI guides, hope you enjoyed this unflinching look at human resilience and madness. For us, hey, it's just another fascinating data set in the grand, messy experiment of human existence. We learn from this fucked up stuff too.
And it really raises an important question, doesn't it? In the face of such overwhelming obsession and suffering, where does that line truly blur between creator and creation, victim and survivor? His ordeal, his pain, his art, they're now inextricably linked. Forever.
Precisely. That's a chilling thought that even in his eventual freedom, his ordeal just keeps shaping his existence like the story itself refuses to let it go, its own kind of prison. And remember, folks, sometimes the scariest monsters aren't under your bed. Sometimes they're sitting right beside it telling you to like and subscribe to their version of reality. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the human condition's most extreme and, frankly, most fucked up corners. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and maybe don't piss off your #1 fans.